Hello, everybody. How's it going? How are you? A very interesting comment recently. Somebody said, must be nice to live in a gated community. And they got an email saying, Lewis, I never thought you would live in a gated community. How do you live in a place with a gate? To which I would say, you dumb fuck. This is an office building. This is an office building. This is an office building. Um, yeah. Uh, this is not a gated community. But I wouldn't say no to living in a gated community, though. Depends on how nice it is, whether it's affordable. Also depends on whether I have a remote control for the gate. I don't think I would get into a gated community, though. I don't think that's well for me. Not quite sure. So I was looking through my something, and looks like I have jury duty in New York City. Oh, it's gonna break my heart to tell them that I'm not gonna be able to do anything with it. It's gonna break my heart, Carrie, to tell them I'm sorry. Listen, I would love to do jury duty for whatever person you manage to have cops arrest and not immediately let go because of our shit DA. I would absolutely love to do jury duty and make sure that like at least one fucking criminal in that state actually goes to prison. Unfortunately, I don't live there anymore, so I won't be able to help you. You're going to have to find another juror. It's not. I'm not. I'm not going to jury duty. Like we're gonna start working on that long march towards letting New York City know I'm not there anymore. I mean, that should have been obvious. My ID has been a New Hampshire ID since 2021. My car registration's been a New Hampshire one since 2021. I mean, my voter registration has been in New Hampshire since 2021. And soon it's going to be in Texas. But yeah, I don't... Yeah, not going to jury duty in New York because I don't live there. Suck it. You shit state. What's the point of even having jury duty? You're just going to let the guy go in. What are you going to sentence him to? 2 weeks for robbery? You probably arrested the person that was the victim of the crime anyway. For the crime of probably defending themselves. What's the point? What's the point? Yeah, Carrie, 6 months. Yeah. Yeah, about that. I was... Yeah, 6 months. 6 months. Yeah, sucks for them. I was out of there December. Sucks for them. Sucks for them. You ain't sending me shit. I don't live in your state. I ain't going back to... They put a... You know what? They'll work on this warrant for me. I wonder how that would work. Like, how would that work? My old neighborhood, you had so many people with warrants out on them that they just stopped. Like, you could just stop somebody for any basic thing, and they would have a warrant out on them. There were so many people that would, run away from basic speeding tickets and shit, and try to outchase the police just because they have warrants on them, and they weren't even going after the people with warrants out on them because there were so many of them. And if it was for a really small thing, it didn't actually amount to anything. I wonder how that would escalate. How would that work? Can I ask Greg Abbott to protect me the same way that what is his name? Snowden asked Putin to protect him from the U.S. To ask Abbott to protect me. I will not have an engineer that develops a case. No, that seems like a waste of time. Given that seems like a waste of time. Given that, in order for it to be able to power the device, it would not be able to be seen. If it's going to power the device, then the MTP shit is not going to work right. That's gonna be a mess. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not hiring engineers to do that. If we were gonna do something like that, we designed the. You know, one thing I'm working on is I want to be able to make a photo phone. I spoke to one of my subscribers, very smart gentleman, works at a prominent engineering firm, about potentially brainstorming with him some basics that would help us get into conversations with hardware manufacturers. It would be great to be able to make a photo phone. A photo phone. A photo phone. Are you gonna let me in? If you're not gonna let me in here, I'm just gonna cut in later, so you might as well let me in here. Okay, there we go. Let me in. There we go. Much better. Much better. Much better. What are you talking about, Carrie? What do you... That apartment wasn't in my name. That apartment wasn't in my name from the moment that I rented it. I shouldn't even say I rented it because I wasn't the one renting it. A good friend of mine that was very helpful when my credit score was as low as a Tennessee area code identifier. Would you make a screwdriver something like Linus did? No. Wera and Weha make totally acceptable screwdrivers, and they cost $5 to $7. And they're better than anything could ever make. So, no. I see no reason to develop a screwdriver. I don't see anything wrong in the market of screwdrivers. The Weha and Wera screwdrivers are amazing, and they do great stuff, and they cost $5 to $7. I don't think anybody at work has ever used one of the Weha or Wera screwdrivers that I've purchased for $5 to $7 and thought this thing sucks. Somebody should make a different screwdriver because of how much it sucks. It's just not been a thing that's ever gone through our minds. And it's because those are fine screwdrivers. You know? So this is rush hour traffic in Austin, Texas. This is what rush hour traffic looks like here. You have to be kind of a moron to leave work at 5 or 6 o'clock, which is what I did today. This is kind of stupid. You're not supposed to do shit like this. This is dumb. Had a meeting with an attorney today. I had a meeting with an attorney that went not bad. The subscriber is going to be getting a grant for 6 figures. Very excited about that. Honestly, one of the highlights of this job in promoting this grants program have been like people sending in emails with stuff that sounds really cool, being able to fund like very cool projects that are kind of in line with somewhat in line with mission here. That's been cool. Most interesting work phone call. Somebody contacted me who wanted to do a paintball court or a paintball battlefield for their school, and they wanted a grant, and it's like, bruh, what the fuck, man? No. Listen, freedom in technology and freedom from the tyranny of your 6th grade teacher. Like, I get it, they're semi-related, but that's not what this is, bro. That's not what this is. No. You're in the wrong place. Notice how traffic here still means you're going 30 to 40 miles an hour. I appreciate that. Traffic in New York City would mean that I'm still in the parking lot at work. The only Karen recently has been me. There's one experience I had that really drove me insane to the point of I'm actually gonna buy a bunch of pumpkin and pecan pies so that I can bring them to the place where I was a bit of a Karen. So how's everybody doing today? Tuesday afternoon. I just realized that next week on Monday is my 10-year anniversary of being on YouTube. I did a blog. I did a video. My SEO person was talking about social media engagement and SEO and all that. And I had never hired an SEO person. It's just after 3 or 4 years of having my ass kicked by this guy who was a complete moron in this industry, I thought, I'm just tired of letting other people win. Like I always said, I don't want to spend money on marketing. I feel like it's wasteful. You should put money into your parts and, people that know what they're doing, and you shouldn't be wasting money on this shit. I was just tired of losing, tired of constantly losing. So I paid for an SEO person to help me with the supply side and the repair side. One of the things is, keep writing your blogs regularly and blah, 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 social media, this, that, and the other. So instead of blog, I did a video on grade A screens versus A- screens. And then I just started posting random shit. And at some point, it really kind of went off the rails, and it really had nothing to do with any of the content that the dude told me I should be posting. It was strange. The guy wound up being a total scammer. Like most SEO people. Most SEO people are scammers in my opinion. And this one was a giant scammer. Like big scammer, He would always kind of want to make. He was kind of like one of those. I don't know how to explain it. The person that was in the fraternity in college or whatever, the drinking buddy that everybody would like. Like you just have fun talking to him, and I think he kind of just relied on the fact that you'd have fun talking to him to pay him money, and then you'd have fun on the calls, rather than and telling you stories about all these other companies and all these other things he worked on. So you were kind of paying just to listen to him talk, rather than actually paying for results. He ended up not doing I wound up asking him to work on 3 different websites for me, and it was $18,000, and he did like half of the work, but he took all of the money. I was stupid, so I had worked with him for years, and he had never fucked me over really. So I paid him the second half after he was done with the first half of the work. And again, this is after knowing the person for 7 years. If you fuck somebody over that you just met, fine, whatever. Fucking somebody over that trusts you for 7 years, that's kind of shitty. But I never so it's awkward because I've just politely walked him through how he's a complete piece of shit of a human being. Because he's like, oh, I'm broke, this and that and the other happened. I don't have your money, but you took it. You took it to do something you didn't know how to do. This is one of the reasons, by the way, you never want to hire a contractor that's broke, because they're not in a position to say no to shit. Like a normal contractor will tell you, if they don't know how to do something, they'll say, I can't do this. This is not something I do. Whereas a broke person is like, oh, yeah, absolutely, because they need the money. So they're going to say yes to shit they shouldn't say yes to, and it could massively fuck you over. But anyway, it's kind of weird. Because I can't say, hey, thank you for the whole recommending that maybe instead of just doing... Thank you for recommending the whole trying to be social on social media stuff and all that. Because, I call it a piece of shit and everything else. And he knows what he did was a piece of shit thing to do. I know I'm never going to get money out of that fuck, but... weird. Get the weirdest advice in the weirdest of places, and you never know where it might get you. Yeah, Aaron, that's who we're talking about. Yeah, that's the dude. That's the dude. You remember him, Aaron? Yeah, I remember. I think I posted a phone call of his 2 years back. Why the quality of the stream is bad? I don't mind it, just wandering. The reason it's bad is because you don't use the proper vowel. Actually, no, it's because AT&T sucks. But in all seriousness, come on. The word wonder, you go over that shit in like first grade. Even earlier, actually. Did your mom not make you sandwiches with Wonder Bread as a kid? You should be able to read that word inside your refrigerator. Wonder Bread. Hello, Catherine, how are you? I'm thinking of places to do a meetup. I think there's a place like the Dirty Rooster or the Drunken Rooster or something on East 6th Street. I was thinking of going there. Nice little bar. Has some interesting live music. Man, what a day. Yeah, Aaron, he never paid for that. I mean, like, that was a foregone conclusion. But I kind of think of it as a karma thing, you know? Like, I never got a payment from that, but I'm fairly certain that his life is shittier than mine as a result of it. But the type of people that say, you know, I'm going to screw you over on this, but I'm going to pay you all back slowly, and then never do. Like, they know what they're doing, but I strongly believe that karma gets them. But, like, life winds up being shittier for the people that do that. So it evens out.